Here we have two views, 1, 2. What we supposed to do here, the instruction is simple. There are 25 deliberate drawing errors or design faults that have been included in the two views of the dwelling shown. Now what we need to do, we need to identify those errors, we need to identify those faults by simply writing the numbers. So what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to identify those errors for you. You will then have to write what is the fault. For example, let us look at number 1 there. Number 1 is a fault. Why is number 1 a fault? What is it that we need to talk about when we say number 1 is a fault? What are we going to write basically when we say number 1 is a fault? Number 1 is a fault because we're not supposed, or rather, it's supposed to be saying that, or you should say, we need to join the lines. That's a fault. Or lines are not joining. That is number 1. That is already done for you. Now, let us find fault 2. That's 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. And that is number 6. Right there. So I have found 6 faults on the elevation, which now you must write, what is this fault here? What is the fault there? What is the fault at 2? And what is the fault at 5? Let's look at the other view. We need to find or identify the faults on this view. Now, this view has its own fault also. Now, we need to look at it and find the faults or the deliberate drawing errors from this view. Now, let's start here. I've stopped at number 6. So this will be fault 7. This will be fault 8. Here, fault 9. Okay, here number 10. Then here, just that is 11. That's fault 11. Here, this here is fault 12. That there, just that line alone on its own. Here, it's fault 13. Let's find another one. Let's find another one. Here it's fault 14. Let's find another one. Here is fault 15. Let's find another one. This here, fault 16. Right? Where's the other fault? This here is fault 17. This here, it's 18. So far, I've found 18 faults, of which I needed to find how many? About 25 of them. What are other faults that I need to find here? Here, it's another fault, 19. Where will I find another fault? Let's see. Here is fault 20. Those are the faults. Right, we are on fault 20. There's something that needs to happen there. Where is another fault? This is fault, this here is a fault 21. This here is fault 22. 3 more. that you need to find in order to get how many? In order to get 25. Where will we find another fault? Here is fault 23. Then, where will we find another fault? There's plenty of them that we can find. So we've just left with 2 faults only, because we're on 23 and we're missing, we just have to get another 2 more. Then I request that you find the other 2 faults from the drawing that you believe that are the faults out of 25. The other fault that we see here is that fault. We see that fault. We also see that fault. And we can also see something as a fault there or here in one of these areas. So if this, we went as far as 23, then we need to continue with saying 24, 25, both these will be 25. Then we have 26 there, then we have 27. So I have found 27 faults from the drawing. Then you must write them down as to what types of faults are. Now get your own page and record these faults and write them down. For example, 20, missing a window code. Okay, 27, this is supposed to be an external wall, but it's an internal wall. Those kind of things like that. This here is written in small letters, where it's supposed to be in capital letters. The water closet is not facing the right direction. I will stop there, because then I will be throwing everything away. Okay.